Okay, today we're rucking and it's Sunday and I don't get to ruck during the week very much. PapaGrizz rucks a lot. I like to ruck, I just don't have a lot of time to do it. So I usually do extreme yoga for an hour or like P90X, some kind of hard cardio, usually 4 to 5 times a week. But today I actually have time to ruck, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ruck for probably 2 hours, and I've got 11 pounds on my back, which is really lightweight, and that's probably more like what an ultralighter hikes with, or maybe they hike with a little bit more, but at least it's some weight. You can hear all our animals giving me hell as I walk by. Anyway, I've got the dogs with me too. They're rucking with me, and I'm just gonna try to ruck at a pretty good heavy pace and see how much I can do here today, and we'll let you know how that goes. We have 21 acres here, and so we just ruck at home. Makes it nice and easy. We don't have to go anywhere, and we've got trails through our woods. We've got a mile-long driveway, so we only use part of the driveway though because there's other people that live on it. So here we go. Keep going, boy. I'm about 35 minutes in or so. I'm at a 3.9 mile an hour pace, and probably could go a little faster. The dogs are a little confused because we're not outside the property, and we don't usually take them rucking with us on our property, but it's hunting season and they are a real menace to the hunters in the surrounding acreage, so we are having to keep them close to us so they don't run off their deer. We hunt on our property too, but we haven't been out there yet this year. There just haven't been a lot on camera, and we'll get out there. They should be pretty ready right now, so it's a good time to get a buck. We've seen a couple here and there, but you can sit out there a long time and see nothing but a squirrel, so maybe we'll get back out there. Anyway, got another hour and a half to go or so, and I'll see if I can pick up the pace a little bit by jogging on the gravel driveway parts, which simulate, road walk on your trails that you're doing. And so that's a good way to pick up your pace if you need to. And I like doing this because I work 50 miles from home. So if I ever had to walk home for whatever reason, I don't know why I would ever have to, but you never know. I know I could do it, and I could have, 10, 15 pounds on my back to make it home. And I could probably make it home in a couple of days, barring, something doesn't happen along the way. But I could do it. And I think that's, even if you don't do trail hikes, this is a good way to stay in shape for if you ever had to, people talk about bugging out and get home bags and all this stuff, and then they can't even walk a mile without a pack. So you really need to train and keep your body in shape for this kind of stuff, and make sure you're doing hills. This is a pretty good hill. It doesn't look like it, but it's a pretty good hill, and it's rocky, so you have to step on a lot of rocks. Good training. So I just recommend people get out and ruck when they can, just so they know they can do it if you ever had to. So really for me, if I had to hike home from work, if I tried to do it in 2 days, I'd have to hike 25 miles a day. And that's not easy, especially if you have something on your back. And if you just think you're just gonna get out there and do it, well, maybe you will, but you'll be in much better position to be able to do it and make it, and possibly even have energy left to protect yourself if you had to. So we're just gonna keep going here. All my animals are cheering me on. Goats are over there cheering me on. I'm not so loud now, but kind of funny. I always want to know what you're doing. They're so nosy. There's the geese. There's my two baby girl goats, Minnie and Miracle. They love me. Oh, and then there's more chickens and ducks. A couple more goats over there. And the ducks like to quack real loud when we go by. So we'll keep going, see if we can pick up the pace. Okay, a little over an hour in. I'm finally up to a 4 mile an hour pace. I dumped the dogs off with PapaGrizz. He rucked for an hour, but he usually rucks with like a 35-pound pack. So, and he rucks probably at least 3 to 4 days a week. I don't get to as often. So I'm gonna do it for 2 hours today just because I have time. So why not? And I gotta try and keep up my 4 mile an hour pace for the second hour. And this, we usually take a break every 2 hours when we're out hiking a trail. But we don't hike a 4 mile an hour pace when we're out there. We usually, more realistic is 2.5 to 3 miles per hour. It depends on the terrain and how tough it is. So 4 mile an hour is, you know, a little bit of jogging here and there and pretty much pushing it pretty hard. Or you could do it if you're on flat terrain the whole time. But this isn't. There's hills and I'm going into the woods and stepping on rocks and having uneven ground, which is good for training. You're not going to get real even trails usually when you're out doing, you know, the foothills, or we want to do the Bartram Trail and the Benton McKay, and of course the AT. And there's so many trails out there to do. So training on multiple different types of terrain is important. And like I was saying earlier, also if you're not just a trail hiker and you want to just stay in good shape, rucking is, man, it burns the calories. So just get a backpack, put some stuff in it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Get you some good shoes though, and get out there. Even if you just have a neighborhood, you can get all trails out and track yourself so you know how far you've gone, how fast you're going. And you know, you do a 10 miler and you might have burned 3 or 4,000 calories, depending on how much weight you're carrying. There's really not a lot of other exercises out there that burn this much calories and keep you in this good a shape. Cardiovascular shape, physical strength, and balance, and all of those things. So I highly encourage you, even if you're not a hiker, to ruck, because it is very good physical exercise. And you don't have to buy those fancy, expensive weight vests. Just get a backpack and stuff some stuff in it. Put a couple liters of water on the side. Those are 2.2 pounds a piece. A liter of water weighs 2.2 pounds. So I have 2 liters on me. So that's 4.4 pounds right there. And you can easily put 10 to 15 pounds on your back. PapaGrizz uses all kinds of stuff, boulders, and he's a stud. But anyway, I'm about to start jogging so I can keep my pace up. I found some wood ears out here. I'm gonna put them in our chicken noodle soup that PapaGrizz made. He used a half of a chicken that we raised and processed. It's so good, but I'm gonna put those wood ears in there, in that soup. That'll be really good.
Who are you cheering me on? You're a good baby. Oh, yeah, nummy nummy on my fingers. Nummy nummy on my fingers. You're such good girls. My sweet baby. My sweet baby. Who are you cheering me on? What are you guys cheering me on? Huh?